Welcome to the Kinder Comedy Podcast. I am your host, Jerrica.
I'm Dante Hill.
I'm Talon Harris.
And we have a really good episode for you guys today. We talk a lot about Mount Rushmore and our top comedians. And there's 4 people on Mount Rushmore. We don't have to, huh?
4 heads, right?
4 heads. We don't have to get into who it is, but I don't know. Honestly, I'm actually embarrassed to say I'm not sure who's on that.
Oh, you mean like the original?
The original Mount Rushmore. I don't know who is
on that shit.
I think it's George Washington. Jefferson.
Can somebody fact check that?
I know that George Washington.
Who's the other one?
I think Richie Rich.
Richie Rich? wait, where you going? No, I don't
know who the other 2 people are. Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin
Franklin, I think he is on. No,
why
you
would
think
he be
about
on
money,
there?
nigga?
He's not a president.
You think about money, nigga? Let me look it up. All right.
Oh shit.
Benjamin
I could
Franklin's-
imagine it for a minute, but I think I was thinking about money.
Is Benjamin
not.
Franklin the president?
No.
Was he?
He electricity.
He was
Is
never
it
president.
electricity?
I think he was electricity.
He's electricity.
Y'all got me questioning it because it feel mad obvious, but the fact that none
This
of
is
us even
kinda
know
things
is
we should
bugging
have
me
known
out.
in
'Cause
high
I'm like,
school.
maybe I'm wrong.
No, Benjamin
Roosevelt?
Franklin,
I
he's on the $100 bill.
think he tied a key to the
Congress.
Yeah, I bet.
You said Jefferson, George Washington.
Roosevelt.
Okay.
Lincoln, Washington,
The only
Jefferson.
one that's like Roosevelt. That's the only
How did he
shaky
make
one.
it on there?
This information is never going to serve me in my life. I don't care about
I'm
these
not
white
gonna talk about
monuments,
this
man.
in
I
another
cared when I was like
conference
8 when I thought this shit mattered. No, it don't got
Yeah,
nothing to do with
history
me.
class. I was just trying to get an A.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it don't matter now.
Yeah. But it's 4 niggas.
Yeah.
Right? It was like supposed to be 4 great niggas. All right?
So, yeah.
So I'm gonna go first.
Yeah,
I
so
think
we
you
got
should go
Talon
first because
go
you were
first.
actually a comic, so you probably
So
have the
my
most established
my Mount
idea.
Rushmore, no particular order. I got Mike Epps.
Oh, wow.
I got Bill Burr.
Okay.
Who else I got?
Bill Burr's fine.
That's a good one. I didn't think.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about him, but I didn't. I hadn't.
I having a hard time.
Oh,
Huh?
you had time.
I wrote
for
it
it.
down.
You had
I
time.
wrote it down.
We texted the group chat.
It's a
couple
hard
wrote it
things
thing to
ago,
down.
but
do.
it's also
Oh,
hard
fact.
to just
Eddie
put-
Murphy
Oh, yeah.
and Michael Che.
Oh,
Che's up
Che.
there. All right.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
He's the
All
newer,
right.
the
Newer
the
one.
newer.
Say that one more time.
So I got Mike Epps, Eddie
Okay.
Murphy, Bill Burr, and Michael Che.
Say that.
You have any honorable mentions?
So honorable mention. I don't know if I'll say honorable mention, but if this was like last year, I'll probably, or like 2 years ago, I'll probably have Dave Chappelle on here.
Okay.
Dave Chappelle has kind of like tainted a little bit
Oh.
his legacy to me. I just feel like as
That's
of
a shame.
recently, Dave Chappelle, he just been, I just don't like when like artists kind of like suck their own dick and like in a way, you know what I mean? Where it's just like, I don't know. I just been
You
just
think it's
seeing,
too arrogant?
it's just a little too arrogant where it's just like on some like,
Is it too arrogant, or is it the specific way that he's like the? Is it the way that it feels?
so like I think in his last special, The Closer, he has this bit where he talks about like, I guess somebody asked him like, who do you think you are or something, and then he was like, I'm the guy who turned down $50 million. This is like, how long are you gonna
hold on to that?
like?
Fair.
Yeah,
You better
How long
hold
are you
on.
I
gonna?
like that shit.
You like that?
It's such a legendary movie. I like
It
that movie every
is.
time because it's like because they come out of that. It's so crazy to me.
And
And, like,
also, he's been
yeah.
like doing these kind of like, he's been blurring the line a little bit of stand up comedy. Like he dropped that
Yeah.
George Floyd set where it's just like,
it's not as much
is
comedy as
stand
it's
up
like public speaking.
or
Yeah.
Right.
he has
I agree.
another thing drop, and then I don't know.
Well, let's do the other list because we did. This is a good combo to
Yeah,
have
yeah,
because
yeah.
Dave is going to be on mine.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
feel like it has to be like kind of
honorable mention. I'll say Shane Gillis.
Shane
That was
Gillis.
Oh, okay.
Shane Gillis.
Very like
I don't know if I
just
know Shane Gillis.
very funny. You don't know about him?
I don't think so.
So he a few years ago got hired to be on SNL,
Uh-huh.
but before he was actually on the show, he got fired.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I did
yeah,
Because
I
they
remember this.
like somebody dug up
The
one of
Irish
his
dude.
podcasts.
yeah,
I think he was
White
at
dude,
UTA.
he was
yeah.
White
Right,
dude
yeah.
from Pennsylvania.
yeah.
So they found him on his podcast, racial slur, Asian racial slur.
yeah, right.
They
Yeah,
immediately.
I remember that.
So he got hired. When he got hired, there was also a Asian cast
Bowman
member
Yang.
that got
Yes,
hired too.
well,
Bowen
yeah,
got hired
yeah.
the same
Bowen,
season.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like he got hired. He
Mhm.
got fired before he
I
even
remember. I saw him
got
talking
into
about
the
it in an
building
interview around
type
that
shit.
time.
But
Yes. I mean, it was a big thing.
he's been able to, you know,
Yeah.
weather that and just still create
It's fire.
a promising
I was
career.
just trying to get an
He's-
idea of whatever he was.
He's definitely like a red state. He was one of the guys whose parents, he talk about how his dad is like a Republican and shit. He got a lot of jokes about that, and like
He good like that, huh? You put him
he
on
do
your
sketch. He
honorable
do
mentions
sketch
to your Rushmore.
comedy and shit. So
Wow.
another reason why Dave Chappelle would have been on my Mount Rushmore. Not only stand up comedy, I'm into the sketch comedy art of it.
Yeah. You do sketches. You put sketches out
yeah,
on your
definitely
gram.
do sketches. Shout out to my boys Julio and Jared.
Yeah. Shout out Julio and Jared.
Mike Epps. I don't know why is Mike Epps on there. From next Friday alone. Friday after next, just stand up. There's very few stand up comedians that I can watch over and over. Like knowing the joke, knowing the punchline, watch it again, still laugh.
Yeah.
Like Mike Epps is one of those people where it's just like I could put on one of his shits like right now, say the shit word for word, still make me laugh. Just like his role in Next Friday, like a lot of that was just improv, just Ice Cube, just like go,
see that.
like just Bill Burr, just classic. Famous. So when I first kind of heard about Bill Burr, my dad put me on to Bill Burr. He told me like to just go on YouTube and look up like Bill Burr when he was in Philly or something like. So Bill Burr has his performance when he's in Philly, and he's pretty much like he starts getting booed during his set. So he just starts shitting on Philly in a way. Like he just like, yo, fuck y'all. He just started telling the crowd.
I seen that. Yeah, he talked about
it's
it
a
on Conan
famous set.
before.
It's kind of like his coming out set in a way where it's just like he kind of like became Bill Burr through this set. And he tell the crowd to suck his dick multiple times.
Multiple times. That's wild.
And they're just like, they start booing harder. He's like, oh, you're fucking, the most famous person you have is a fucking made up guy, Rocky. And he just starts going in on them like,
he's good at that.
And then by the end of the set, standing ovation. Like, so just shit like that. When you see, you've been in rooms, you see comics bombing and
don't know what
it's hilarious to watch a comic bomb, but it's also that's more exciting to see them climb out of it.
Yeah.
So just like it's just like you go to see a movie, just like the protagonists, you see them rise out of peril, and so it's like in a way,
that's fly.
In a way, it's that a little
journey
a mini hero's journey on stage type shit.
Like, I feel like the way you consume this shit is probably different too, because you are a comic. So when you see somebody do that, you can admire that from
for sure.
Firsthand.
Just always want to see like even if somebody's doing bad, you want to see what you can learn from that. Like, oh, what is like why is this person bombing in a way?
Yeah.
Mike Epps, Bill Burr, Eddie Murphy, just the prodigy.
You almost don't even have to say anything about it.
Right. It's like, what can
that's
you
just
say?
like it speaks for itself. Classic movies.
Classic movies.
Who was the last? Oh, Michael Che. Yeah, I just
Che's
Michael Che. Also sketch comedy.
Mm-hmm.
On SNL and one of the head writers at SNL. I just really when I watch Michael Che stand up, the thing I like about his stand up is like you'll watch a Cat Williams special and like by the end of that shit, like he's drenched in sweat. You know what I'm saying? His perm is all sweat out.
Yeah.
But you'll watch like a Michael Che set, this nigga don't sweat the whole.
And that's like you.
Yeah, that's
not like
kind of.
this
It's
super
like
animated.
it's like
Right.
I admire things like that. Like I admire like the physicality of a Mike Epps, but I also like respect like just like how he just lifts so much with his pen, just like.
Yeah.
And it's
That
like
takes
shit
a
like
very
that.
talented writer. Yeah, Neil Brennan always does that for me.
Yeah.
You know, just in how that show is put together. And man, like I know comics be memorizing their material, but the degree to which he knows how to hit certain points and how
Big
he
part of
hits-
Chappelle show, Neil Brennan. Like,
But that's a lot of also what you're saying about Dave too, where it's like almost more
physical.
public speaking. It's like a one-man show.
Yeah.
Almost more than it looks like a stand-up set. Because like certain techniques that you would kind of look for in comics aren't the same in how they present their shit.
It's like Dave doesn't always have to be funny.
Right.
But that's when you're blurring the lines a little bit, where it's just like he's just interesting and like you want to hear him talk. He got the deep voice. Nigga.
Yeah.
Now he got the
Dave
cigarette voice where it's
Right,
like you
right.
remember early Dave. Early Dave was like, hey, smoke crack. Like it was more like that. Now it's like it's just like a deep like just like
Dave reminds me of like Dave's confidence comedically reminds me of like what Jordan is to the NBA. Because I know so many people will hate Michael Jordan, but I just think what he's accomplished in his career is just so undeniably excellent. It's kind of like everything that comes after the fact is almost just like, you lucky I'm still here.
Yeah.
To even be able to appreciate me talking about this. And I think there's a very small list of people who have that level of status where they could get that off, like Michael Jackson, maybe like a Beyonce, very few people. But I feel like in the world of comedy, just what Dave came from to become what he is, for how he was perceived early on, even to get Chappelle's show alone, was a huge jump from how Dave came into me. You know, with shit like Half Baked and how the black community like took him and shit to get to where he got. Or in that Killing Them Softly era, then that Chappelle show era, then to have what happened to him happen, then to come back as hard as he did, with the respect that he has, and just with all the technical prowess of all the best comics. To me, I can't take anything away from him on that. I feel like what it becomes for me is kind of what was hard with this Mount Rushmore thing for me, which is how recent am I going? Because I know what you mean. Like it's like this Dave Chappelle as of late, I love it, but it's very Jon Stewart-y.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who I also appreciate, but it's not like stand-up Dave.
Yeah.
Like what I think people like loved him for initially. But I do love that evolution.
I feel like he gets into, as of recently, I feel like he's gotten more into just like going at people that are going at him.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's
I
like
can see that.
half of the closers about the trans girls. It's like, what happened to this?
It be feeling like it's how he
too
composes
serious
it
almost.
now, right?
Like he used to just be a silly guy talking about like monkeys jerking you off or something. Like he's like, hey, I'm about to chill with my monkey, man. You know what I'm saying? But now it's just like
I feel like it almost comes with the status. It's like you arrange the presentation different, because like a lot of my favorite artists, when I see them do interviews when they drop now, I'm talking about artists who have already set up their catalogs ready, kind of perceived as immaculate, like Jay-Z or somebody, right? Like a lot of times when they talk about the process where they recorded their album, it was like last week. You know what I'm saying? It's not really this like 2-3 year build up of all these emotions and experiences. It's like I'm gonna get in the studio, you know, tomorrow, and I'm gonna start, you know, getting into my process and lay down, you know, whatever.
You're saying that they're not taking time to like.
I think that the process by which they create content is already at such a well-developed level. They don't require. I think they kind of operate by a different standard. Now, how you respond to that, like as somebody who's just receiving the content, I can see why that's uneven. I just kind of always give that grace to the niggas who already kind of did it a certain way, because there's always new niggas that are hungry and kind of coming up and proving their weight. And I enjoy watching that. You know what I mean? So I feel you though, but I don't think we ever gonna get Dave like we had Dave before. No. I don't think he intends on it. I don't think Chris Rock even intended on that until somebody put the battery like in his back like these last few years. Like
nobody gonna do it though. It's just like, you want my old shit, buy my old album.
Yeah,
that's really that.
That same concept. Yeah, and I think very few people can get that off. Yeah,
can't go back.
Fact.
Well, what's y'all Rushmores, man?
Well, I'm gonna go last.
All right. All right, so I'll throw Dave on mine.
Okay.
You kind of
already said that, yeah.
Yeah, I got Patrice, and I was
Patrice,
we was talking about this on the way, and it was like I had Bill, but I kind of look at Patrice as kind of Bill is in his own right, just everywhere that he is. But at the time that we lost Patrice, I kind of felt like between the two, there was a lot of similarities, and I think that's part of why their dynamic was as good as it is. Kind of like, I don't give a fuck. This is really my perspective, but it's smart enough where you got to kind of swallow it. But I feel like Patrice was black. And I know I be sounding like I'm black power and shit, but I really think comedy in a lot of ways. No, Patrice.
You saying Bill, but who?
You said Bill.
Bill Burr.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant Cosby. You gotta.
Word. I should be clear on that.
You gotta be specific.
They gonna cancel us. They gonna cancel us. Nah, but I feel like what you call it, like I just think Patrice. I love like I think that black comics could touch into a certain element that's never spoken to in any platform in a way that it is in comedy. And I feel like when white comics, even the best ones, that one missing element a lot of times fucks me up. Bill is high on my list because I never really think about it with him. But his style of humor, I think Patrice was my favorite version of that. Yeah. And I feel like I have a weird caveat with, like, this might be debatable, but like Eddie Murphy, I have a thing where like Raw and Delirious, just on a cultural level, undeniable. But that's a long stretch in no comedy. You know what I mean? I feel like somebody like Patrice who's taken away from us. It's like when Biggie died. I wish I had like 5 Biggie albums, but the fact that they're no longer here, I think makes the work and the structure that they set for their genre stand out in a different way.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I got Patrice on there, I think, for that reason. Over Burr. But Burr would be like honorable mention, I guess.
So Patrice, Eddie. Patrice,
and
Dave.
Yeah. Damn, then it get kind of fucked up for me. I don't know. I was saying Chris.
Oh, also we said before this that we're not gonna mention our parents.
Yeah,
right.
Because that's corny. Of course, my dad, my favorite comedian.
Of course, mine too.
Yeah. I was saying Chris. I think Chris Rock did a lot in the mainstream world for how like socio-political comedy, like black and white relations in a way that everybody understood. That was always a thing in comedy, but I think Chris did it on a superstar level that evolved in a really solid way for a few years during like his prime, like his biggest run.
Actually,
like around the bigger and black era.
I got to serve his mom at Caroline's once.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh, his mom is so nice.
Yeah, damn.
He looks
his
just
family
like
is
him.
cool. Jordan's cool as
I was
fuck.
waiting for that. I
cool.
was waiting for like the attitude from Everybody Hates Chris.
Yeah.
She was just like a
None
regular.
of that
she was
Pacino
just
Arnold
a
She's
very
so nice.
polite lady.
Yeah.
They like twins.
Yeah, Chris and I don't know, that fourth spot for all of us is probably
It's tough.
interchangeable. So many greats. My man Lee was saying when we was on our way over here, the one that's sticking with me the most right now is probably Bernie Mac.
Oh, you took my whole list.
Word?
Man.
No, I didn't.
Almost.
There's one. I
said
know one
Bernie
person
too.
you love.
Those are two that I kind of didn't. I forgot about in a
It's
way.
hard
Yeah, I
though, bro. It's
Bernie
so
Mac
many.
and
You got
Patrice.
Martin, you got
forgot.
Pryor.
I more
Pryor.
discovered Patrice like
Yeah.
retroactively, like
Mhm.
after he passed away.
Yeah.
Like
Me
Okay.
too. Me too. That's me with a lot of comics. I'm tuned in more with like this wave. You know what I'm saying? People who I saw coming up with my pops, but now I have to actively watch it. Like I just caught up on Deion
course.
Cole, who I think is phenomenal.
Oh, he's great too.
Like everyone
Very
he got.
funny.
You know, Neil Brennan we was talking
Yeah.
about. I think he's phenomenal. There's a lot of great comics.
I remember Deion Cole we used to come on Comedy Central with the notepad and shit.
Oh yeah. I like what he did. He was doing that
He still
during
does that.
And he
COVID
was
too.
like, okay.
Yeah.
He
Getting
did that at the
content
Soul Train Awards. He had that.
Yeah, he did that in his last
he had
special
it in,
too. And it never get corny.
Yeah. It was.
Deion's great. But I guess that's my fault.
Okay.
That's my fault.
So wait, you had
We repeated.
Dave.
Patrice, Chris, Bernie.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't really get into Bernie.
That's tough. That's a hard
Bernie.
one.
Bernie, I mean,
Yeah,
he's
I
kind of
knew it
like.
was. Yeah.
I kind of feel pussy for
Eddie.
putting a white man in my shit now.
Nah.
That's
all
how I
good.
feel,
That's
'cause
the
I'm
one.
about to come
That's
and
the
do the
one.
same shit.
Damn, nobody.
If
See,
there's
before
one
I say
Bill
it,
Burr-
before I say it, I got something for you. I'm gonna see who's on your list.
What?
I got pressure for you.
Okay.
Go
I
ahead.
got Bernie,
All
of
right.
course. Like, I don't really think. What can I say? It sucked that he got taken away from us too early, too.
Yeah.
Big Bernie
That's a
Mac
fact.
fan, man. Bernie Mac show, his pen, overall, just great delivery, just fun to watch on stage. Absolutely love
That
Bernie
Def
Mac.
Comedy Jam set.
Like,
I ain't scared of you
come on.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, like-
legendary.
Ah,
Legendary.
Y'all know the
Hit
story
me.
behind that?
Nah.
No.
I think I heard it, but I don't remember
they
it.
remind us
So
because they don't know.
So I read his autobiography. He talks about it in his
Oh.
I
autobiography.
didn't know he had one.
Me
Pretty
neither.
much, I think everybody before him was just bombing. It was one of
Yeah.
those
Oh
nights.
shit. Okay.
So what he called the audible before he went on stage, or he went up to Kid Capri, I think.
Yeah, kick
He went up to Kid Capri, and I guess he told him about the music cues. So it was like every time he say "kick ass," that's when he played the song. So that's when he went up there. He was like, first thing he said, "I ain't scared of you motherfuckers." That's the first thing he said, and that's
and they was
like,
reacting already.
and that was just,
Yeah.
you could tell that was just for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? He was just saying that like, "I ain't scared of you motherfuckers," like,
yeah.
and then he just went into his
Well,
shit.
stupid,
Like,
flawless
Yeah.
delivery all
Kick
the way
ass.
through. Yeah.
All right.
Word, music
killed
coming
that
and all
shit.
Love Bernie.
The outfit
man.
is crazy.
Oh, the outfit.
That whole
is
era,
bizarre.
everybody looked
Yeah,
crazy
everybody
on
looked
that
like
shit.
the fucking
Niggas look
mask.
stupid.
Yeah.
Everybody looked like the mask. You ever saw the mask when he had this shit on? Like, crazy fits.
They did.
Everybody looked like goat tanks in
Oh,
that bitch. The
shit.
big
That's
ass
funny as fuck.
pants
They
and shit.
did look like the mask.
It was crazy.
So I got Bernie. I got Chris Rock.
Fire.
Big fan of Chris Rock. I think it started with Pootie Tang. I'm not gonna lie. And then his jokes are just so funny. Any movie
Yeah.
he's involved in, he's writing. Head of State, hilarious. Like I can watch his stuff over and over
Head
again.
of State. Could we talk about how
Head of State is
that's
fire.
an underrated movie?
Head of
That
State
movie
is
is so
People
fucking
don't
funny.
mention that
Bernie in that
movie.
too.
Head of State is
Bernie
mad
in that
funny.
movie too.
I didn't say head of state in years.
It's so fucking
Yeah,
funny.
he was his
So
he was
good.
vice president.
He was.
Bernie Mac. He was still.
The scene where he just slapping everybody on the platform.
That's a fact.
I see that
His
come up
pen
on
is
Twitter every now and then.
crazy. I think it's so he's so funny to me. I think one time I watched Don't Kill the Messenger on the plane. I was laughing so hard.
That's the one where he did in different places.
He kept jumping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's that
I was
one.
watching that last month. Yeah.
Like Chef's Kiss.
Even
Great.
the concept of bigger and blacker, like him getting like in that era of becoming a huge black comic, just the idea
DC,
of
he did
subject
it.
matter.
Yeah,
And he's like even the name bigger and blacker, like that shit they telling me to stay away from. I'm a further embrace it and just
Everybody hates
that
Chris.
shit is huge.
I can watch
Legendary
reruns of that all day.
Hell yeah.
So sad when that got taken off air because
I heard that shit is huge in like Africa. Like I heard some shit like they went over there and they're like they're like the fucking the Queen of England type shit. Like when they go to Africa, like
everybody hates Chris. Chris is it's color graded like African cinema, like the Browns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now I'm making that up, but it do kind of feel.
You
like
made that up, bro?
Oh, I'm like, wow.
But it looks like that. Like,
Yo, you should have just run it because we really sounded mad cultured when you said that.
Nah,
wow, how did you
shit.
realize that?
It is a warm. I do get like
color
it's warm
tones.
though.
It's a warm
tone.
Yeah.
It's a very dashiki tone.
Very dashiki,
Very
right?
dashiki
It feels very dashiki.
It's an interesting way to describe
Yeah,
something.
you know.
There was one scene in the fucking
That was
Everybody
fucking
Hates
silly.
Chris that I will never forget. It's a scene where like the character that plays Chris Rock, he talk about how he got a date or something. And then the whole family, they just start laughing at him for like a minute straight. It's like a long ass laugh. Like the brother got a
breaking
the
shit,
brother got a
picking
bowl
each other
of chicken. He's just like throwing it at him like
Oh my god.
for like
I
a
remember
minute
that
straight.
shit.
I'm like, yo.
So funny.
Oh my god!
I think they only had like
How many
5
was that?
seasons.
That was 2.
Yeah,
They only had 5 seasons, but I mean, it's memorable.
It's syndicated, so they get.
Yeah, they eating a lot off of that because I see generations of people getting into Everybody Hates Chris because like the memes kind of always bring it back. Right.
Oh yeah, I always see his memes up there too.
Who else you got?
That's
You got
Bernie.
some Bernie, Chris.
I said Bernie, Chris.
You said somebody else, no?
Did I
think
say
so.
somebody
I feel like you touched. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yo,
Did I
you
say
let us
somebody
know.
else?
No, yeah, I didn't. I feel like y'all
I just
overlapped
said,
on
what
2.
was yours
Oh,
again?
Bernie and Chris. Nah, that
Bernie
is
and
it.
Chris.
That's all
But
she
he had
said.
somebody else that I was like, dang, that's like mine.
I said Dave and Patrice.
Patrice.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't say Patrice. I'm gonna throw this one out there. Dane Cook, guys.
Dane Cook. Why
That's
you
your
want to
bird?
say it like that?
It's I don't know, like he's such a big
It's
part
your
of
Rushmore.
You're Rushmore. This is
He
you.
is a big part of my middle school days. Where like I was like getting into comedy. Obviously, I was always around my dad.
I
And
definitely
like,
had a Dane Cook phase.
I had a Dane Cook phase,
I
and it
did
was like
not know
obsession
niggas
of
like
Dane
them.
Cook.
I
He
did
had-
not
he
know
had some
anybody liked the
shit.
nigga.
A lot of people didn't like him coming
Didn't
up.
like him. Yeah, he was huge.
He
was
was
doing
huge, but-
stadiums.
But that's the
and
thing
arenas.
about
didn't
like
like
when
him
people
because of
don't. People you don't like when people just like blow up.
He blew up.
Yeah,
They gonna
you think it was
hate.
just hating?
They
I mean, maybe.
also.
He kind of felt like what they did to like Justin Bieber. Like when he came out, it was like ill. Like he was like the pop version of.
You know what it
comedians.
is?
Like that's.
You know what it is when Dane Cook
thought he was a little
Dane
girl.
Cook blew up, it was very like to the frat college audience.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
the older people, they don't really respect it.
Right.
But you're selling out stadiums
Right,
at
right.
the
So
same
you're doing
time.
something
Killing
right.
So it's like
Yeah,
it's easy to hate you.
yeah.
It's like
That's like my mom's with Bad Bunny. She just don't get it.
She don't
Like,
get
yo, this nigga, he on top
He
of the
is.
world.
yeah, I go to Puerto Rico,
Like, why
she'll
they
see.
won't listen?
Maybe
What she
she'll
called him?
see.
She
Yeah,
called
she
him
gotta
Bugs.
go
She
there.
called him Bugs Bunny.
Bugs
Can't
Bunny
get it
is
right.
hilarious.
Yeah, she be dead serious too.
Yeah, Dane Cook, man. I just have so many funny memories of watching his like skits on YouTube and like his stand up.
Very physical comedy.
He's so
Damn.
physical, and his jokes were just so silly. And as a middle schooler, I thought it was great. And into high school, I kept watching him. So just because I have a lot of good memories about
I'm
Dane
glad
Cook,
you put a
he's on
white
there.
man in yours. Make me look better.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
look
but I talked about this with my mom. I was like, I feel weird putting a white man in my Mount Rushmore. But there's so many amazing black comedians,
Yeah.
so
Nah, but
it
it
is a
is
little
yours.
tough. But I'll give him something, and I'll just
Yours.
Eddie Murphy for sure.
Murphy.
That was no
Yeah,
particular
I'm
order,
sweating
by
like
the
a
way.
bitch. I'm trying to change my fit because we did 2 episodes.
Feel free to
So
take
I
the
put on
jacket
this other
off. It
coat.
is hot.
Yeah,
in
let
here.
me take this shit off. Y'all
The
get it.
temperature says 86 degrees.
Y'all know what we doing.
So,
Word.
yeah, Eddie Murphy, of course. I mean,
So we got some overlaps in our shit.
He's
that
gonna
makes
watch
sense.
the whole first 15 minutes of this episode. Like he nervous.
Oh, he just went. God.
Oh man.
Yeah, we do have overlaps.
got good
That
heat in
makes
here.
sense, though. I mean,
Yeah, it do. But yeah, man. Damn, I was gonna get into something with you.
what was
Oh,
you
all
about
right.
to say? You was like,
Yeah, I know what it was. So you don't got Jerry on it.
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
You know what was crazy? I
had a
just
whole
didn't feel
Seinfeld
comfortable having
conversation.
2 white men up there.
Ooh.
Jerry is honorable mention.
You
Yes.
don't either.
Nah, having half your Mount Rushmore be white men is crazy.
Yo, if
That's
that's
just,
what
like,
it
doesn't
is,
make
that's what it is. Like, it's different. Like, I get it. I like that. See, the black power is working. You see how I got him?
We didn't put any women.
We talked about that, too. There's, like, Samoa's fire. I
Oh,
think
yes.
Monique is
Yeah.
fire.
Monique.
In all honesty, I just think that when I start thinking about the greats, for the most part, women comics that I do admire, that I think are dope, I just can't think of many that touch that tier of the guys that I think are, like,
Of course.
best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I
who's
see that.
female Pryor? Or even female Eddie? Who's female Martin?
I forgot about Martin. He's
Chris?
not on my mind.
This is an interesting conversation.
You know what I mean? And that's not to
But
take
we-
away.
we
Maybe
don't wanna
it's the
step on toes,
audience is
but
like, it's not
yeah.
one that I'm as aware of, but I feel like
Damn.
in most conversations, then they're great ones. I like Cheryl Underwood,
Yeah.
Samoa,
Yeah,
Monique,
Samoa,
you said, right?
Let me see.
My
Was the
man
queen
Lee
there?
was trying, we was talking, who shorty that was
Wanda.
in the
Wanda Sykes.
Oh, Wanda Sykes.
Wanda's cool.
So
Wanda's cool. Y'all put Wanda, like, Wanda would be like, who you put a, like, skill-wise on the same level as?
I feel like Wanda's like, she
'Cause I
didn't
was saying,
really
I
do
thought
the
of Wanda, I
Eddie
don't know.
movies.
but maybe Chris
But
Rock. Maybe because
probably
they
got the
paired up
best
so much.
Some more.
Movie
Wanda.
catalog out of
Yeah,
all
she
the
has a
female
big
comics.
movie catalog. She's always in the movie.
But then even you talk, I like Sarah Silverman. We were saying like Sarah
Oh,
Silverman.
Cheryl Underwood.
Oh, yeah, Underwood. Yeah.
Cheryl Underwood. Yeah, you said Cheryl. I think we said Cheryl. There's Cheryl Samoa and Monique. Those 3 for sure. And Shorty, we was
Ooh.
talking about Shorty who was in the Kanye video with Lil Pump.
Oh,
You're such a monkey hole. I love you.
Lunel.
I'm not hip.
Nah, Lunel's another one.
He's
No,
in
that's
Chanel.
another
Who's in
legendary
Lunel is
one.
hilarious.
Who
Lunel's
was in the?
hilarious.
Who was in the?
I can't remember, yo, but they honored her at the Def Comedy Jam
Oh, they did.
reunion special. That's bad that we don't remember, but it's honest because there ain't no disrespect intended
But
by
she
it.
been
But it's
around
a
for a
lot of
long
these
time too.
combos.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, but it's bad. Like, but it's really like that, and that's not intentional. You know what I mean? You should be ashamed of yourself. You are
Right.
an active participant in this community. That's crazy.
I mean, Kim Wayne's is funny. I don't think I've seen a lot of her stand up.
Yeah,
but
she is
her,
funny. Underrated, I think. Actually.
Very underrated, but her anything
Michelle
she's been
Wolf.
in.
Michelle Wolf.
Oh, okay.
Michelle
yeah,
Wolf.
good one.
Yeah, gotta put her up there.
Do you think what do you think about Maya Rudolph?
I'm not familiar with her stand up. She do stand up?
That
I don't
sounds
think so.
familiar.
Maya?
Yeah. I'm really not sure.
Guys,
Yo, when this come out,
SNL.
this should
Come
do
on
what it's
now.
supposed to do. Y'all could just put us on because I don't want this to come
Not-
across like
not
it's like
the
we
Maya-
hating or
y'all
have
know
any
Maya
negative
Rudolph?
like feelings
Y'all
about
gonna
female
see her
comics,
face
but
and
it's
be like,
just
oh.
they don't highlight them too
We're
much.
just gonna cut this out. You know what I'm saying? Because,
He
Whoopi
going in his phone.
Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg.
You know, Whoopi, legendary.
she's more.
But
But Maya Rudolph, I know who this is, but she's a comedic actress.
yeah, she's more like skits.
She doesn't
and
do
everything.
stand up. Also, Whoopi Goldberg.
Did she
I
just-
don't think
I don't
she
have a
did traditional
memory.
stand up.
Yeah.
One woman show,
Okay.
comedic actress.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Respect.
respect for sure.
Yeah,
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 But
yeah,
not
yeah.
But just when I
traditional
think
stand
about
up.
these greats, and I don't know if this is just the bias of the system, where just the way that media operates, where women really just aren't being highlighted the way that they should.
about
It's
Tiffany?
changing.
Tiffany Haddish,
Yeah.
I think
Tiffany
Tiff is
Haddish is
cool.
one of the most
I think
famous. She's
cool.
probably the most household name right now.
As
Yeah,
right now for a
absolutely,
female
absolutely. I think
comedian.
undoubtedly.
so too.
But even with her, I think her stand up is fire. But I'm gonna put Eddie Griffin above her, and Eddie Griffin don't touch my top
Yeah.
5.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
I feel like it would be wrong. It
That
would be
sucks.
disingenuous to present the list like where I'm like giving handicaps because it don't balance right. That's what I'm saying. Even if you got somebody white on
Yeah.
it, if they're great, they're great. I don't know too many people that could fight Jerry Seinfeld, that could fight Bill Burr. A lot of people would dig Dan Cook. He ran an era. You know what I mean? So, but some people I just don't think. I don't know.
Sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, it do suck.
I guess it's time for me to get on the mic, huh?
Yeah, you got a clip though. You've done stand up.
Stop it.
You've been practicing.
These boys keep bringing up old shit.
You say your mom ain't find it yet, but is she looking?
You looking for that?
I don't think she
tape.
looked.
I don't think she's looking
Looking for
either
that
because
tape. Every
in the attic
episode we
somewhere.
gonna bring up this tape that
Until I
Jerrica got
bring it
floating
in.
around.
it's on VHS. You said
It's on VHS. I don't know how the fuck y'all gonna play it.
We gonna edit it into something. It's gonna be
Somebody
it might
got
be
the
a special.
technology. We could dub it.
Cringy.
It's gonna be a
So
We
special.
could rip it off of
cringy.
there.
That's what I get for trying to stand up at 11 years old. Having my dad write my jokes.
That's when a lot of people started doing it, though, Isaiah.
I know. We know people have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I just seen him post a clip when he was doing the Apollo,
Yeah.
like
Aw.
Yeah.
We gotta get him
11
on
year,
here.
12
My
years
pops
old.
commented under that shit. Like, he's like, I was so proud of you. I remember when you started and all of that.
So
And I was like, yo, this
awesome.
nigga ain't commenting under my album. Like, bro,
Oh,
like, bro, if you don't leave me a heart emoji, nigga, like, you know, what the fuck going on?
Let it out.
I should have commented. I should have
That's
been like, hey.
mad
Let
funny.
it out. Let it out.
I should have just liked it, right?
Yeah, you should have liked it.
Yeah. I
Facts,
should have left
Dad.
one clap emoji like that.
One clap emoji
Yeah,
is crazy.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
You can't just put one clap emoji.
Alright.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
like-
nah. Yeah, he did put that clip out. I saw that. Yeah, it
I
really
didn't see
is
that.
crazy when you look back on it. Because he's seasoned. You brought that up before. You said he's like the Lil Wayne of comedy.
Yeah, he got like
Yeah.
20 years in.
Yeah, that's
Damn
crazy.
Yeah,
near.
we're all the same. I think he's your
Yeah,
age.
well, yeah.
He might be a little
yeah,
older
because I
than
mean,
you.
if I'm 30,
I think he
you
might
know,
be
he started
30.
like 11. We've been in the same grade. We went to
Oh.
school together. We was in the same class, like
Well, that's
5,
new
6 years old.
information.
Yeah, we went to St. Philip Navy,
I didn't
the
know
Catholic school. Where, yeah,
that. So
our
y'all have
parents put us together.
y'all close, or like?
Yeah, no, I say he's my man. I mean, just naturally with time. I
Of
don't.
course, yeah.
I don't be on the phone like that. I don't be talking to too many people in the
Yeah.
first place. But we solid. Every time I see
Yeah.
him, it's love. Or
We gotta get him on here. At some
yeah,
point.
we
I
gonna
gotta
definitely
call
get him on here.
He's just always
Yeah.
traveling so much. He's so busy. I'm proud of him though. For
Yeah, no, he
sure.
doing his thing.
We
Hell
get
yeah,
him for sure.
hell yeah. But Mount Rushmore wise, my shit is always interchangeable. Like I feel
Yeah,
like
of
it's just it's
course.
so
It
many.
changes with the years, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Chris Rock, I heard he about to come out with some shit.
Yeah, that's
so
gonna be
I'm
stupid.
so excited. I just saw his
Might
stand up
slip in
recently, and I was very happy.
This one tambourine.
No, I actually went to when he was doing.
He's working on his new shit.
No, he was here with Kevin Hart in Brooklyn.
Charlamagne said Kev, Chris, and Dave are producing some of the best comedy he's ever seen in their careers right now, which I
Wow.
thought was interesting.
Oh,
It was like a pretty
I have-
astute observation.
interesting.
Yeah, I haven't seen them. I don't really be going to their shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my dad was in town and I wanted to go. I called him. I was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, can you help me get a ticket to go?" And all of a sudden, he wanted to go.
Yeah,
So then we all went, and I thought Chris was great.
yeah.
Chris had me in tears.
You're always going to have a good pen, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he has an amazing
It's
pen, which is
always
why I
gonna
respect
be-
him so much.
Yeah, no, he does. But that's
Like-
how I feel about like Dave, man. Like I even feel like Tambourine, that last joint he did, that was really like about his divorce and just like
Oh,
his
yeah.
journey through marriage.
You mean
and how he
Chris?
feels about
Ooh,
being a
we talking about
father.
Chris?
Chris
Oh,
Rock.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, nah, Tambourine, and
Yeah.
how that all came together. That felt one man showish to me too. It didn't feel. Granted,
It was a more calm, it was a more reserved Chris Rock, I'd say.
much more reserved.
In
Yeah.
comparison to
Much
the
more
younger him, when
Of
he's
course,
a
you're
little
gonna
bit.
make shifts. You know, he's
Yeah.
getting
It
older.
It was a
going through
little bit
different
of a
shit.
graduation.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
can
that's
see
that's
that.
how I feel. Like I feel like he's one of those guys where that's just gonna be what you get now. Like,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you like the old shit, go check out the old shit.
Yeah.
But to bring that same flavor back, it would be disingenuous. That's not where they are.
Right.
And I feel like even in how they admire the art, that's different now.
Mm.
So what they think is dope writing and the way that they want their content to connect isn't the way that they used to. I think that's part of what's so fly about, even though I had that caveat with Eddie, I like that him and Martin haven't forced out specials.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I guess
Yeah.
Martin did just tour, but I feel like both of them have
He did.
mellowed out so much. They kind of like, I feel like they don't want to emulate what they used to do because
Yeah.
that's what people want them to do. 'Cause they probably couldn't do that the same way.
Right.
But they're not forcing new content for the evolution if they're not, creating it that way anymore.
Right.
Dave and Chris are clearly still, they at the fucking, the cellar all the time still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're in a field like that. Kev is in a field like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you're not, then, I get it. But I feel like,
Also, Chris Rock just did ayahuasca. He
Be-
did it with, I think he did it with Neil Brennan.
fly.
Wow.
Oh, Neil talked
They say
about
where
it
they
in
went?
his too, in
Yeah,
blocks. Yeah.
Where'd they go? Did they say where they went?
They probably did.
I feel like they
do.
did that shit in California.
They be doing it there. A lot of people be
Yeah.
telling me. There's like a
Would you want to do it out there? No.
no,
Peru it is.
no, because I'm gonna end up with a white shaman.
I do want somebody to speak a different language.
Yeah, I want
Just
them
for,
to.
like-
Just
I
for
want to know.
comfortability, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means they know what the fuck.
I gotta
is
see
going
like
on.
an elk. I gotta see an animal.
I don't want to
see
see.
out
I
here.
don't
gotta
want to
check
see
out
white
like
man dreads.
like a village.
Oh no!
You know what I'm
Somebody
saying?
on Twitter
Wanna be
said
like on
that
a
white
mountain.
man dreads look like the Grinch fingers.
They
be-
do.
They do.
They do.
We putting like peanut butter and
That's a
shit.
very
If you
acute
put a
observation.
picture of the Grinch hand next to a white man's dreads,
Yeah.
it do look identical.
Yeah, especially when he do this. Usually,
oh,
that's how it
yes,
look
like
in the
how it
wind.
look. Yeah,
like,
they put
be
that shit in
like
a
that.
ponytail.
Hell
It
yeah.
look like this.
That's probably where the inspiration was.
They also be putting extra shit in their hair to
That's what
make
he's
it.
thinking.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do with it. There was one time this girl was, I don't know why she was doing this. Little white girl. She had long dreads and she cut her hair and it was mold in it and she's shocked. I'm like, bitch, because it's not for you.
Oh, man.
What are you doing?
That sound mad nasty though.
She was like, it's mold in my hair. Girl.
Bitch.
Wash your hair.
Bitch.
They don't know what to do with it. They be washing it and washing it and washing it because they think they can
You know what?
keep up with the Joneses, but they can't.
Yeah, they got to stay away from that shit.
Just leave it alone. Let us have our shit for once.
So they did it in California, Chris and Neil.
Yeah, I think they had a white shaman.
See, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want that
I want it to
experience.
feel as organic as possible. We should
I
be
want
on a
somebody
mountain.
indigenous.
I like how Will Smith told his story. It felt like they was like you was out of the world.
He did ayahuasca too?
Hell yeah.
Well, you could kind of.
That was
tell they
right
did
when he
ayahuasca.
became this like
That makes
this more
sense.
preachy Will. It was around that time,
Before the smack.
way before this man.
How you smack them?
before
Smack them after the
It
ayahuasca?
might be residual effects.
That's what I'm saying. You don't stay in that space. You don't
maybe
stay
the way
in that
he's
space.
internalized things is,
You know,
because it do be flipping people's whole lives. I
That's
think
what
the
I'm
way
saying.
he's internalized his shit.
I would
maybe
think
it
you would
made
be a
sense to
little
him.
bit more chill.
No,
Yeah.
A G.I.
maybe
Jane
it's
joke.
bringing him out of
Maybe he need
his
more.
self where he said I didn't speak up a lot when he was younger.
He did.
That's very Libra energy.
Yeah, I read his book. He talked about that a lot.
He said he didn't speak up a lot. So maybe ayahuasca shifted his brain to make him feel like he can speak up and be more comfortable
And smack
and
the shit out of
vocalizing when
niggas
things
they talk
bother
about his
him.
wife.
Yeah, even if not the ayahuasca, it definitely has a lot to do with that trauma. I'm sure.
It's something like that. That's
Yeah.
what it came.
Yeah,
That's what
he
it felt like
he had to
came
stand
from.
up for it. And I feel like because he's failed to do that in his own mind so much,
I do
he
like
probably
those
don't have an accurate idea what situations he needs to represent her in a certain way. You know
Was
what
it
I mean?
after the entanglement?
Was it after he
Yeah,
laughed at the
I
joke?
feel like, I know as much as people meme about it, I know everybody has their own setups in their relationships, but Will Smith has been put through the ringer in that
Poor
relationship.
thing.
I'm sure that they have a comfortability with each other where like
For
he
real.
knows she's gonna talk about certain shit, but the response of it, you know what I mean? And just the way that it comes across, it just looks like he don't have no control over his
You
relationship.
remember when he was on Red Table Talk with her?
Yeah. And the
With
way
the
he was
entanglement
looking
thing?
at her, mm-hmm.
The
What
way
the-
he looked like he was crying before the shit.
His
Oh,
chin
that
was out.
poor
You know when
man.
niggas' jaws come
She
out?
be
Like,
eating him up.
yeah, like
How
when
you
show-
doing?
You ever have a nigga look at you like that?
Or when you trying not to like cry or something.
Yeah, hold your
Yeah,
lip.
right. It was like that. When the nods be
Aw,
fast
that
and
poor
low.
baby, he's sad.
Like that.
I pray for
Right.
him.
He was going through it. It was a bad look. for
He had
him.
a bad. That year was
Yeah,
terrible. So I think
man.
Chris Rock just
Yeah.
got everything he was feeling. From
Yeah,
the
I think that's what
tabloids,
it
from his
was.
wife. He said, "Let me go up there and slap this nigga in the face."
Yeah. Such a weird choice of timing, though. Like, you're about to win an
laughed at
Academy
first, though.
Award for the
He
first
did
time.
laugh at first. He did. That was a weird part.
He did.
He said,
That's a fact.
Jada said, "I'm gonna
Oh,
beat
you
your
ain't like that?
ass."
That's a fact.
Why you laughing for?
Yeah, because the camera didn't even show them again after that. It was just him going up on stage. I thought that's why I thought it was rehearsed.
I thought it
And
was
it
a
looked like
joke.
one of those theater slaps. Because
It
he's like train
did.
that. When they come down, they be like, they like hit the other hand.
Yeah,
And
it did look
also
like this.
after the
Even the
smack,
picture.
it also kind of seemed okay after the smack because then Chris Rock was like,
Alrighty.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
It felt like it was a
feel
joke.
right.
It really did.
He ain't get flustered until he
Yeah.
started yelling,
Yeah.
"Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth."
He's like, I will.
Okay, I will. All right, the BET Award goes.
He said, greatest night in
That was
television
interesting.
history. And he was like stuttering and shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, bro. I didn't think it was real too because of the style of the
Wow.
The style
slap.
of the slap
the way
was
it went
weird.
down. I've never seen nobody slap.
Why
It
would
was
nobody like
fingers.
that?
It was a lot of fingers.
You ever seen
He
the
said-
Batman meme when he smacked Robin?
Yes.
It looked like that. When real niggas smack these, I feel like it was always
It's not like that.
It's always like, what the fuck you said, nigga? Like it's always like it's like
He
a
said-
hard ass pop up top. I've never seen a man go to me like, what you said, nigga?
There was no
Did it
palm.
come
There
down?
was no palm in that
It just
slap.
come all
It was
the way
no
down.
palm. It was all fingers.
It was up and his body
It was an angle. He went like diagonal.
here and
Yeah.
it was perfect form.
That's why it looked like staged.
like it was rehearsed multiple times.
It was
Yeah.
a long walk to think about. Like, should I do
it
this?
just didn't feel right. I hope I didn't fuck nothing up, Jay. I'm sorry.
And also,
I rock this shit. But yeah, it just didn't feel
why
right.
Chris Rock ain't move a little bit?
The whole thing still feel. I
Thought
don't
about
know.
that
Maybe
too.
I got to get behind
He
these
stood right
conspiracies.
He
there.
also had
Right.
his hands behind
Behind
his
his
back.
back.
Like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
That was a great moment. I'm sorry. White people thought it was
Will
the end
Smith
of the
and he
world,
cursed.
though.
He said Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. He said
That's
that on
what I
live
said.
TV, and I
Yeah.
know Chris know better than that.
You imagine he got fined for that?
Yo,
Just
imagine
like-
he pressed charges. Wouldn't that be crazy if Chris Rock got Will Smith locked up? He could have did it.
He could have did it.
Nobody
if he
think
wanted
Chris
I
Rock
feel
like the
like
most
he-
gangster nigga.
He's seen
Like, he didn't have no
better-
code to abide to.
the better route was to just
to. Let it go.
let it go and then talk about it on stage.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
This
yeah.
shit sold out.
About it?
His tour sold out after that.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's
think
why I
that
also
special
think
coming out is getting the hype it is because of that, and that's going to be a live.
Everybody wants to hear
streamed
about it.
event on Netflix. They've never done that before.
I'm trying to remember. A what?
Yeah,
Yeah, his next special.
It's live?
Yeah, they never
That's
done
lit.
that. That's a
Netflix
huge
really be
deal. But
doing
that's
it.
why I heard about how much they was trying to pay Chris to talk about it. All the news outlets wanted his reaction.
I
He
can't
didn't get
remember
that
if
to
he
nobody.
talked about it at the Kevin Hart show. I can't remember now.
Yeah,
What do
he
you want to
probably
hear
did.
about that? What
Well,
can
because
I don't know. Have you seen Jordan since then? I don't want to ask what he says. I don't want that on camera or nothing. But you know Jordan Rock?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no, I haven't seen him. I
Haven't
don't
seen
think.
him.
Nah.
Yeah, I haven't seen him
talked to him
since.
about it. No.
I seen Tony was pissed.
oh yeah, Tony was
Rock.
upset.
Yeah, he was pissed.
Wasn't he
fuck
doing like
with
stuff
Will.
on videos? He was like
Yeah,
doing his, like
he was at
lives and
Salsa
stuff?
going in about this. You know, him and my pops was
They're,
like this.
tight, yeah.
Yeah, and he was just pissed about that. And you smacked my brother. And Tony, the Rocks is like a street family too.
Yeah.
Especially the older guys. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
like I feel like they came up a lot realer than I think certain people think. Like you remember how Charlie Murphy was?
Right.
That nigga was hard,
Hard.
funny, but you ain't fuck with
R.I.P.
him.
to
Like
him too.
Tony
That
and
was
was
a
like
sad
that.
one.
But yeah, crazy man. We've been all over the place today, but I
Yeah.
like it.
It
I
was
feel like
always
we
fun.
touched a lot of dope
Well,
shit.
the Mount Rushmore conversation comes up because we are having interviews in different episodes, and we make sure to end all of our interviews by asking our guests what their Mount Rushmore of comedians are. So we wanted to make sure we got ours in there, so then it made sense as you guys listen to the episodes as they come up.
Back, yeah, that was the purpose.
It was the purpose.
Yeah.
Love this.
Let us know
rest.
any women comics that y'all know and everything
yeah.
too, because I maybe I just gotta look into it more. That should have been my one Google before I got here.
Put them in the comments. Your Mount Rushmore.
Well, that'd be cool.
Mount Rushmore
we want to know what
period
y'all
and-
Mount Rushmore is too.
Who's?
Anybody
Oh yeah,
who's
what?
listening?
Yeah, we love to see him.
Yes. Well, this has been another awesome, fun, all over the place, no structure episode of Kind of Comedy. Thanks for hanging with us.
And we know you love it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's always fun stuff.
That's the vibe.
It's always a good time. Thank you.
Later,
Love y'all.
family.
Peace.